You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Mina Francis Ben Kaifala, the Commissioner of the Anti-Corruption Commission of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Liberty TV Online, an amazing platform. See you at the top, Liberty TV. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
CDI Tunis, the National Publicity Secretary, All People's Congress, APC. Are they always on Liberty TV? Are they encourage we all for continue for watch Liberty TV on all social media platforms?
John Coker, the Executive Director for Family Talk International. Kudos to Liberty Online TV. I believe it's a very good initiative, and we as Sierra Leoneans will support any Sierra Leone initiative where they move the country forward.
Viewers, I want to recommend to everybody Liberty Online TV. So if you're not begin watching it, now for join, sign up, begin go on a regular basis to Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television, within our Facebook, YouTube, and also we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring the program come to you this morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And me na Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 12th of March, and inside this edition of the Breakfast Show, where they can talk about education when are with him, and we they pay focus on the ongoing strike action by public university them. We make yesterday where the different students them like different campus them they expect say them for start their second semester exam and not being right. All in concerns here we go look at inside the program this morning, and also we go bring you updates but concern where private schools then get for sake of the portal where WAEC say them for use for do entry for the students them we for take this year was.
Well, all of this they inside the program for you this morning. Remember, say yourself for the watch we go join the program by way how we go send we concern through the comment section or any of the platform the way they watch we, and you can as well text we on 074 200 545. We will read on our messages them later on inside the program. Well, today that the entire program we go look inside the educational system for Salone, especially under President Julius Madabio in government, where inside the first 5 years they say education is a top priority now in government. Well, this being term, the University of Salone, to be specific, don't they face leadership crisis and will lead to industrial strike action by the academic staff them. We make indefinite postponement and cancellation of matriculation, and the exams them will be supposed for begin yesterday, March 11, according to the exam timetable we come out now the university the way make up of the University of Salone, when at the Frabe College, IPAM, and Safe Commerce. Well, what's in the happen with the country education system, Chadi, now one of the civil society organization them we don't team up before, but this fet we get for do with the leadership crisis where they happen at the University of Salone and that of the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education, when I then get the mandate for supervise the university. Now the studio this morning we get Abdul Fatoma. when are the Executive Director for Chadi. Good morning, Mr. Fatoma, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, and thanks for having me as always.
All right. And also again at the studio, the All People's Congress, APC party, we are one of the major opposition party, them women say they serve the part of governance. They get concerned because of the leadership crisis and the education system we seem not for the work right for this particular moment. Then say get a young concern as opposition party, so we get the National Publicity Secretary for the All People's Congress, CDI Tunis, where they with at the studio this morning. Good morning, Mr. Tunis, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, thank you for getting me here, and Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Mubarak to you too. All right, we can look at the topic today. Everything at the Breakfast Show gets for do with education and una self as opposition party. Una dey part of governance and una don't dey observe how this issue don't they go, the leadership crisis, especially where campaign the exams and matriculation. We're supposed for that happen, they don't postpone for about 2 terms now. But before we can look at the topic what they deal with, since we get you at the studio this morning, a lot of things them way seem for be like a rumor because we not get confirmation from una party. Recently, we get for do with police. They go now on some of una member them, like Honorable Alhaji Kemosi say, that of Paulo Conte, the former Minister of Defense. Rumor they go around on social media say police go search their host them without any search warrant or prior notice to them. You can just start for confirm if that is true when I don't get that complaint they from una member them as a party.
Yes, actually not true. I will confirm. Yeah, say we don't get a complaint from the 2 senior comrades of the party, Honorable Alhaji Kemosi and Major Retired Alfred Paulo Conte, with all 2 now senior members of the APC, and also people that we don't serve this country in capacities as government ministers in the previous government. Unfortunately, they will not be there home at the time when the police, the joint forces, because not just police, the army and the police combined visit the premises. First, it was Honorable Kemosi, and up in their home, then go say, then according to Ram, they go for go raid the house, on which instruction in honor up to this moment, the name will tell a clear mandate, would I give the mandate for the search or the raid happen. And then 2 days or so later, Honorable Paulo Contes get the same problem. And to me as a party, concerning because nobody no wants for just see armed forces pop up on their doorstep for raid the house, for search the house without any prior notice or warrant, and without giving clear reason as to why there is the need to happen, there visits the need to happen. And so we as a party, we only observe, we only try to get to the bottom of this, and I shall say we will officially come out calling on the forces for let them tell you exactly why they visit their houses they need, and would I give them the mandate, for let their forces then go. And if we do not get clear answers from the leadership of the Israeli police and the armed forces, I think we will ask that then one will be involved, be investigated, and appropriate actions taken.
Tell me like this, following us still they receive reports from senior members that like them today they will just don't make mention after all waiting to happen after the June 24th elections. When they get negotiation now, when they look into the elections, complain them, when I don't come back into governance, when I seem for the work well with the government from the look of things. When I feel surprised, say some of them things they are still there happen to our members them.
I think we see a lot of lack of sincerity on the part of the government. If you recall, my last visit, I speak on that one day. I talk about how government they reneged for ensure say they live up to the agreements we then sign up to following the dialogue now being to money, and how then they fail for implement certain aspects from that agreement. Like for example, I even mentioned about cases that we feel say politically motivated, and also actions the way government they take, we feel say they lead to suppression, intimidation, and harassment of we members them, not only in Freetown, but more so in the provinces. And we still get a huge number of people where they find it very difficult for go and then communities, and there are also those who are still outside of Sierra Leone where they flee from Kamba because of them kind of action they are so. And so we feel say, you know, with all that don't happen, and the fact say we as an opposition party don't remain so committed, you know, for implement their agreements, and we continuously they see, you know, either government they drag in foot for implement certain aspect, or we know they see sincerity on their part, you know, for implement certain aspect. I think say, you know, for the good of the country, we hope that they will change. We don't call on them. But, you know, we don't want to be left with no option, but for also take actions that we will make ourselves say not necessary for all continue with this agreement.
So from where the concern come from our members regarding the search, where they said not being get warrants for, I don't get any word from the police regarding the reasons behind that?
Not yet. I mean, we not get any word from the police, and I sure say themselves not get any word from the police yet. Because clearly, as a party, we've been the wait for see waiting really happen, and now on which basis the raid happen, waiting at the legal grounds for them. Because, you know, all that we don't go through as a country, whether you talk about commissions of inquiry or interest, people are represented by lawyers. And if certain actions get for happen, lawyers then they. Even if you don't get to the person directly, you must have known the lawyer when they deal with a particular matter. And so, but we don't want for preempt. You know, we know they haven't heard from the police or from the army, and nobody not give them clear reason why they raid, or, you know, they even go raid their houses. But that is where we determine to get to the bottom.
So, but on in communication with the police?
Well, I mean, we did in communication with the members. Both Honorable Kemo Sise and Paulo Conte. The party of itself not directly approach the police aid, but of course, I mean, once we don't get clear, you know, line of communication, reasoning, you know, and we will take the appropriate actions for approach not only police, but we'll also get moral guarantors. I mean, Shadi Nayanda one, where we always don't the approach when then kind of things that happen. And I have to say, you know, prior to the elections and even during the elections, you know, one civil society organization will be very, very much proactive for ensure, say, they mediate some of them conflicts that may be likely for emerge between the opposition and the ruling party.
All right, continue for the week at the show. In name na CDI at Tunis, in the National Publicity Secretary for the main opposition APC party. A day this morning for can talk about the concern where they get about the ongoing industrial action where they go on now at the University of Salon by academic staff them. But earlier before that, if they raise concern for the member the way he say, then continue for the harass and intimidate by the way how he say security forces them. Don't they go and search without prior notice now the member the house when Honorable Lajike must say, and that of retired Brigadier Paulo Conte. When they come out to the major issue when education this morning, when they look at the ongoing strike action by the academic staff at the University of Salon, and one civil society organization where don't they champion this particular issue now Abdul Fatoma when the executive director for Chadi who see sometimes last week is say then they give 7 days, right, or 14 days ultimatum to the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education for try to resolve the university court issue. If that 14 days they elapse, they no hear from them, then go stage a peaceful protest before the ministry, the office in New Englandville. And yesterday, Chadi been say they don't send letter to the Inspector General of Police for ask for permission for this particular protest, so they do. But that's not the major issue we'll get in our studio this morning. That's what they wait for after the 14 days elapse. So we'll look forward for cover that particular protest day. Now we look at the action now. We get for do with the academic staff them. Then been pulled a notice last week say effective March 1st to the 8th. Then they lay down tools because of conditions of service and money where they say the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education supposed for pay them. The 8 days pass, they know nothing from the ministry, and they issue another directive, continue for call on the members, let them continue for sit down. Yesterday exam supposed for begin. Now all the university then, Fabi College, IPAM, and that of Commerce. But nothing happen. The students then seem for their limbo. Nobody know they talk to them. From a civil society perspective, what's in the happen with the education system, Nasalo?
Currently, we education system they in a shocky affairs. We actually give a different narrative than the actual mouth and paper commitment from the government. And you see a lot of, they think the whole mix up. Even where for staff for actually talk, you don't know. Now, first in the history of this country, picking them for seat exam, when a first time at a university, not do official registration. Not the one that will go for a college and say some of the students them in the bypass, and when they reach final year, then we'll go do matriculation, then get number. It just shows that we don't have a system, because you cannot be running through a university system that you are not a registered university student. But inside Salon they happen. Now, the whole bunch of students that we're talking about, over 4,000 picking them within Fabi College, IPAM, and Commerce. No get matriculation. Somebody on my Facebook page this morning say a nephew for 3 good time they don't cancel in matriculation. And how you go sit exam where you not officially registered, sign the university registered it as a student. Then you for start way back in October, you start in November. So it shows how the leadership crisis they into the university, serious one, and the issue of the lecturers, then the demand for thing way belongs to them, not their rights, for their terms and conditions, the benefit they were entitled to them. Not only that, even today the government also didn't pay them, and they return back to class. If they want to be more interested in money, because of the university court not in function, the university for pay 20%. The government they pay 80%, and the university pay 20%. So now, because of the university not in function, the University of Australia not in function, not of the other university of them, but the University of Australia will get Commerce, IPAM. Then for they pay 20%, and they don't court not they in function, but the one they wait for sign money for pay the lecturers that money they're not there in office. They don't send away the finance person on leave. The director, the registrar, then send away, then bring acting registrar. These are not signatories to the bank account. So how money will come on? The vice chancellor way government appoint illegal because government don't get a basis. So it's just a puppet there, because no legal function, or they passing me to people the way they want for show legitimacy for a way not legitimate. So a lot of things. Then the middle staff, then the intermediate staff and junior staff, they are not paid by the government of Australia. They are paid directly by the University of Australia. So even where government said to the lecturers, now, then they not agree for fix the cost. The intermediate and the junior staff, then if you then say then they lay down tools, it also affects classes, because and then they clean. So then they fix all the necessary things for ensure say classes go on. So when you look at the whole situation now in the education sector, more the higher education, there's a pile of issues. And you see governments treat this thing with any sense of seriousness. Then a serious thing like this not for overlap a month. It's over a month. Like Charlie, we come into this thing around the 16th. We informed the minister through a text, say we they look into allegations of interference from government side into the academic, governance, where the law prohibits that. And October 23rd, the president of this country, President Bio, Binde Kenema, they launched the University of East, Daniel Court, the inaugurator. And at that day, they officially tell the people of this country and the world, say, in don't pull in hand per Chancellor of Business and University. Then don't set up a university system where the universities are therefore choose their leader. And that reflects inside the Act, the University Act, where say the president and any of his appointees, Section 5, 1 and 2 of the Act, say any of your appointees, Section 1 and say the president and any of your appointees, and they go there as a visitor. The 5.2 say government, the president get the right for go visit campuses, but enough for interfere into the academic governance. But then what we see in minister do under Ian watch, under the president Ian watch, after he don't make this commitment, after he don't make this public declaration, after where he don't sign the law, then Ian minister under Ian watch, he interfere directly into the academic governance of the university, unlawfully dissolve the university court, unlawfully appoint chancellors who don't meet academic requirements for holder position, ignore parliament recommendation. Parliament say they don't act in good faith. So it will be good let the two parties then go to the drawing board and resolve this issue.
You just don't make mention, say, government not take the issue serious.
Not at all.
And that being said, we all know Senaya with the way the first term of President Bio, education was his priority area, and according to him, the one for developing and capital development, and then focus and pour enough money in the education system. So if there kind issues here they arise, then people will clearly see the seriousness where the issue deserve and not receive them. Now waiting missing.
What's missing actually, you see a clear promise with no sincerity of purpose for deliver. Now we see because education, higher education, China we salon very close to. We will all know say China not respect democracy, they don't respect human rights. China not get any record of directly interfering into university governance system. Globally, no, even the junta regime in this country, MPRC and AFRC, not ever dream of that. Even on constitutional government, not ever dream of that. It's hard, it's so sad, it's shameful, it's appalling that a democratically elected government, a constitutional government, take upon itself to disrespect the country law and disrespect the rule of law. So not only hurting university students, but they hurt so many citizens or academics across the world. It's shameful that with a signed MOU with other universities, we so get respect for, because the young government not they interfere into the governance affairs of their universities. But we, your university, the government thinks say then get the power, and where they not get that power, when now the people then they dodge. If you call them today for let me and for there, therefore don't dodge you. All the stations the way they go, when then they say that me and government this, that, then they dodge. If then narrate you they want, they will give misleading, provision in the law. Look, that other one, a Ministry of Education, a director. Supposedly they say lawyer. This man says Section 62 of the Constitution give the ministry the power. A university, and with where they operate under an act of parliament, University Act, is saying that a department. Section 2 they talk about a department where the ministry they supervise, and even to that, as blind as they are, if we say we they go to that blind, provision where they make reference to. not to a chancellor or acting chancellor in the bringo. Now the permanent secretary back now for supervise, but then they don't do that back.
But if you say this are deliberate acts,
it's deliberate.
Do, or now no, they don't know waiting
inside
the university.
It's deliberate. It's deliberate because this is not a government. It's not to an enterprise, not to individual enterprise. Even the bigger corporations and the lawyers, you know, where they brief them in-house. Will they tell you what's in the company law say, what's the employment law say, and what's in the tax law say. So you get companies and we get lawyers and where they advise them based on their operational mandate with the laws of that country. So as government, they made them get the AG's office, the law officers there. So lawyers and they were qualified enough that they drafted and they go able for tell the ministry. But guess what? We get a strong information say they advise this ministry, they ignore the AG's office legal advice. Okay. Because they basically tell them say no rights on it. And when you look, no provision, no law. The minister say the TEC Act, Section 7, 2F, get that provision. He said if for advise and recommend if there's any gap. And even if they say TEC say there's a gap, who created the gap? The president of Sierra Leone appointed the chancellor and principal, the pro-vice chancellor and principal. For let it go ahead the health emergency, the National Health Emergency Agency, something like that. So now the courts come in, as reckless as the academic they can be, they just get this common man agreement. They're not agreeing things. So then we know say we rotate now. If in the next 30 minutes, maybe an info consider then you go yonder, then me go yonder, then see the kaya. So like Frabe College, Commerce and IPAM, then believe say where any poor vice chancellor and principal come on, if in a Frabe College for DVC bin the day, now we go IPAM. So that understanding they don't come, then they not be documented. So that lapses, that reckless action from the academic, the ministry itself enter into a reckless decision. Okay.
Alright, continue for the tune the program. In case you just tune in, you watch the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television and Facebook, YouTube, and also now our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. As you tune in, don't forget for drop your comment or make your voice on any of the issues them we they discussed in the program this morning, and also not forget to for share the program so that more people go join the conversation. Today we look at the ongoing leadership crisis where they happen at the University of Salon as academic staff them they on strike, and exam was supposed for begin yesterday. They don't postpone them, matriculation dates they don't postpone them to term, and up to now over how many thousands of students not even know their fate at the university. We get Chadi, a civil society organization, we don't team up before they call on government for let them do the right thing, for let them try for settle back the university courts so that activity them at the university will continue.
All right, we continue the conversation, and as we introduced earlier, we also get at the studio with we today at Tunis from the All People's Congress, APC party, where they get a position regarding this whole saga where they continue at the University of Sierra Leone. Well, as we can look at this issue now, we continue for discuss about the current state of education, especially now the tertiary education system. From the All People's Congress, APC party, firstly, how una go describe the whole thing where they happen at the university and that of the ministry?
Unfortunate and unnecessary, really. We're not supposed to get to this stage or this so as far as it relates to relationship between the ministry and the academic staff association or university administration at this country, because like Fatoma stated earlier, the laws are clear. The provisions within the Act, the Constitution, and all clear as to what's not the mandate of everybody as far as it relates to university administration and relationship between the ministry and the university. But what we feel say they happen generally, now the fact say, like in all other cases hold on the state, even before elections, now the fact say we see a government where deliberately and continuously they circumvent and they ignore the laws of this country. They violate the laws of this country, including the very constitution we bring them into governance, or we make them exist as a political party. Then continue for ignore laws and constitution for do waiting them feel say them for do, or waiting them want for do, without heeding or giving any minimum respect to the citizens of this country. This thing we would only see, a pattern we would only see continuously. And then quest for ensure say they impose or then puts the one the way they want, without respecting due process and without respecting the laws of Sierra Leone. They hurt so many people. It's so unfortunate that we get a situation now where we get hundreds of Pekiners we don't even know their fate as far as the academic progress concerned, because of this, madness where they happen between the ministry and the university administration. We're not supposed to happen anyway. So it's concerning for we that this they happen, because now you get Pekiners wait for start for SIT exam. They don't even know when the exams get for happen. And the whole system so broken. I still not able to comprehend the how Fatoma stated earlier, how we will get a situation now in this country. Pekiners will enter year 1. They don't pay university tuition. They don't take exams. They get grades. They will go take year 3. They don't even register. They don't get admission into the university. But they don't attend. They don't take exams. They don't pay fees. And then go take year 3. Then they tell them, say, no, you don't get admission. You get a good number of them. We don't go home. What do you feel say will happen to them picking and day? They will get even the zeal for go back, for try for go university again. They don't waste 3 years. 3 good years of the university life. They don't take exam, they don't pay tuition. Who that be done they collect their tuition and how they be done they process the exams there, how they be done they keep their grades there. So these are all problems where we feel as opposition feel say that for them be the first step where the government for them focus on, rather than for can create even a bigger problem. We don't add to the mess we already don't be created at the academic system, especially the tertiary institutions in this country. But even when you go beyond tertiary, maybe you can't down to the secondary level. It's even bigger problem. Do you know how many Pekiners and they will sit WAS and Beckett? WAS particularly, where they don't get grades, we come, hundreds of them. How will they continue for getting kind thing and they happy? That Pekiners will go sit. They don't spend 1 whole year, they study, then go sit, grade not come for them. And nobody know will explain to me why grades not come, waiting at the issues, waiting at the problems, how they will fix them. We don't see these, they happen repeatedly. It's just unfortunate, maybe. And all of this, they happen at a time when we president, they receive honorary doctoral award. So we paint this picture to the outside world as if we don't create a perfect education system way better pass all countries in Africa, where in reality, that is not the case. In reality, that is not the case. The world busy, they give we accolades that we get a perfect education system, and when it comes, it is so wrong.
Like I ask Fatoma just now, waiting seem for missing, or is it a deliberate act from the ministry where you look at all waiting don't they happen, or no then seem not for no waiting the inside the Education Act?
For us,
University Act, sorry.
It is flat out deception and insincerity. And like I say, this now something we already see. It is not just with the education sector. With every other sector under this administration, it is flat out deception and insincerity. When you see a government with, as far as we concern from the opposition point of view, they're more particular about selling the image internationally than fixing the problems who they face in this country. You look at every sector now the same. You know, we dey get perennial problems that we could be easily solved, but with interest, now forget accolades internationally. That is why we always dey talk about we don't receive this award, we don't receive that award, we don't get this recognition, we don't get that. And we have problems we will not able to fix, basic problems we will not able to fix. So for us, it is deliberate and lack of sincerity on the part of government for ensure say they govern this country the way we the citizens expect, and also this eagerness for make them change system the way how they want it, even if they don't respect the laws. This the eagerness for change the system, for change everybody, and for bringing who that they want at all cost. That are the land we also. So as far as we are concerned from the opposition point of view, not just because they don't know, now because they deliberate and then just no one for doing the way the law say them for doing.
So see the issues where they happen now at the University of Salone, where the students they just caught up in the middle. Is it a leadership crisis just within the ministry and that of the university, or it starts from the presidency take handle?
I think it has to do with a whole system where, you know, not they who they pretend to the outside world say a day. We lost them very clear, Khadija and Mabel. And I can always say the problem who they face now the fact say we can find ourselves in leadership position where they circumvent the laws, where they go against the laws because we want to do it. We feel say we for do for continue for get good name or good face, who say we want the good face. So it goes beyond them two sectors than they now, Khadija. You have thousands of Pekiners. We don't know their fate. That they tell on their parents then. And they tell on their communities. And they tell on their future.
We will come back to you just now. We join now the public relations officer na the University of Salone, where na Dr. Tonia Musa yesterday will be reach out to for let it go give updates. But waiting they happen now na the University of Salone as yesterday March 11 exams supposed for don't commence, but students them where we talk to them they say they go to the university but they not see anything like exam they go on. Good morning, Dr. Tonia Musa, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Firstly, start for give viewers them an update about the activities of the University of Salone. Yesterday, exams supposed for commence, but nothing like exam no happen na Frabe College, Commerce, and that of IPAM.
All right. Pambu go let for no say the strike action within the country, not to University of Sierra Leone alone. We start with that first. Now, Union of Academic Staff Association, where we call UASA, now we don't call what we call industrial actions for the University of Sierra Leone, Jala University, and Esbakroma University, Eastern Technical University, Freetown Polytechnic, Mitimagai Technical University, for conditions of service, so we don't negotiate with government since August last year. Basically, we don't demand for let them pay all granting aid with the older universities then. We don't also ask for pay severance benefits to the universities that when a new one, that when a be polytechnic, and we also ask for backlog of salary when for the one that would have been done promote since 2019. In addition to 58%. But when we be done, they go on with the dialogue or the conversation, government be make a categorically clear and say the 58% salary adjustment, that one they not sustainable and not available at the moment. However, they be promised say they will pay the granting aid backlog, they will pay the promotion backlog, they will pay severance backlog against February ending. For the medical allowance as well as housing allowance, they be sent we now the different university got them. Inside the meeting in November, the University of Sierra Leone, for example, we got results say they will pay 10% of the allowance for housing, and then they will add 187,000 euros to the 63,000 euros, old euros, to the money where we will make now 250,000 loans every month. That one day they be promised they will pay at the end of February this year. When we reach to the 27, we make follow-up meeting that at 27 February. We go to Ministry of Technical and Higher Education. We also go to Ministry of Finance. Then show we paper documents where government don't approve for pay them money then they at the end of February. We share them with we colleagues then. But then again, because we position at the end of February, then at the whole universities in Salon, not so just University of Sierra Leone. At the end, the ministry tell we say finance, then get for field test form, then they get for pay to Jaman, then after that they can pay we own salaries there. So that money they then go pay them latest than last week Friday. So that then we will expect them money then they for dinner the administration, the accounts then. With that, we still come out, the union, that are the Union of Academic Staff Association, where University of Sierra Leone are part of, we all resolve say until they pay that money, they come the 29th February, we go to industrial action. That one they coincide with several activities and at different universities. The very day when we start that decision, the Eastern Technical University didn't get exam. As we they talk, other universities, they also begin their own activities there. Including University of Sierra Leone, it been get dates when at the 11th we from college for start exam, the 18th when I found the new date for start exam, commerce not be done full date yet for start examination. Then matriculation be also scheduled because the procedure is before you begin the right university exam as university student, you for matriculate first. So date been there for let from college get a new matriculation. Date been there for let IFAM get their own matriculation. Now, when we don't start the industrial action until Friday when I've been public holiday, the university not able to conduct the examination yesterday when on Monday because that money they not paying it. But the other clarification where I want to make quick because they follow on a program. Somebody talk say 20% allowance the way university for pay every month is staff there. And also the junior and middle staff salary for February, they not pay it. No. The University of Sierra Leone don't pay that salary day and all allowances there for February.
But Dr. Musa, according to the person who make the statement on Abdul Fatoma, he said that not true.
But I'm not telling you say.
Hold on. When Fatoma talk and I make they clarify.
When I lie, you deny now in the clarification.
Hello?
Yes, Dr. Musa, they get you in the studio.
Now that's how they talk. So when he talk, now make they clarify. Salary business not to see for life. You understand? The 20% salary and the 20% allowance and the February salary, with every staff forget the University of Sierra Leone, they don't pay that one day. Not to think that for can life. You understand? They don't pay. Why yesterday the exam not be now the industrial action where they affect all public and tertiary institutions there as a result of their demand and where I don't spell out. Now that made the exam not take place yesterday. Not only University of Sierra Leone problem this. For sake of this kind of confusion or clarification, you ask a full press release where I think say if una not be done get I go send it to una. For say the problem where they happen at University of Sierra Leone at the moment not get anything for do with the industrial action where they go on. Because not to just University of Sierra Leone matter this. Now all public universities there or tertiary institutions there where they salon. The other side where I say is very important for clarify now that area of signatories then to the university account where for allow that payment. They don't change the signatories then as of week before last. The acting vice chancellor
Dr. Musa,
they come. If I call me for let me clarify. The acting vice chancellor, the acting registrar, the acting finance director, they don't change signatory with the people that have been there in office before. So that side there, the university, they access money and able for pay activities there.
So another issue again, and they all get to do with the matriculation and the exams. According to Chadi, they say if a student not matriculate and sign the university register, how come it will be eligible for even take exams?
That one day, now the procedure that when they admit you in a university, then therefore formally admit you through matriculation. the university not start exam. The date they first for the matriculation before the exam. Waiting they don't happen because they're not able to matriculate as a result of this industrial action when a general business now the country. Now that means they're not able to even start exam yesterday in Afrobe College. Waiting, however, the Union of Academic Staff Association, where again I mean they talk for them, yesterday as of update, we don't get clear information, say they don't credit them money that they are the different universities their account. But the time where that information came yesterday, it don't pass 2 p.m. If at all we do another 10 and they will forget Swift code information. So we they wait this morning. Once that information become available to we as union, we they call off the strike now all the universities then the matriculation, then the examinations then wait pending will take place.
Dr. Musa, how you can describe what's in the happen at the University of Salone? Is it a leadership crisis or a financial crisis?
No. We don't get financial crisis.
Now, what you get now? What's in the happen?
When you say financial crisis, that money not there for run, no. I don't tell you say they don't change signatories, then the university functionaries the way then they able to pay salary, then they able to expend according to what they're supposed to do. The other part of it, even yesterday, the National Union of Sierra Leone Students, NUS, they meet with the acting vice chancellor and team for express concern about congregation. For also express concern about swearing-in ceremony, which will happen like in a College of Medicine. The management make it clear to them say the congregation not to this crisis put her up to April. Before then they dissolve the university court, that they don't already meet say either congregation than a conferment of degree be in December or April. We are yet to get to April. Waiting for happen, the concern for having court ratified the results. They make it clear to them say yesterday, before April, they go down constitute a university court. That simply means courts go down come for do the necessary thing which will lead to the graduation. They also expressed concern yesterday about the publication of the results. The registry make it clear say all the students then will be don't pay fees. The results they don't ready, they don't publish them. The results they will they not publish it now for the students they will not pay fees. They make it clear to them, say let them talk to their colleagues then so that they will able for pay fees, then they publish their results. The date for the congregation are inside April. As they be don't set up before even this leadership crisis, that date not change.
So now true say una the experience leadership crisis as you just stated.
Pardon?
So now it's safe for say the university they experience leadership crisis because you have just allude to that.
I use the word leadership crisis because now that's the in the communication where they go on. Leadership gap not in at the university at the moment. Basically, all the grand functionaries they all have been called or they refer to the program. Somebody is acting as vice chancellor and principal. Somebody is acting as registrar. Somebody is acting as a finance director. Now we get it clear. If you go back to the history of the same university, the time when SLPP came, we might have win. The office of all the 6 personnel they were also changed to acting. We say, I mean, the people that would have been they all be the act until they constitute court ratify them.
Finally, before you left with this whole leadership crisis, don't left confusion now the student they mind them. What's in the fate of the student them as you know the official mouthpiece for the university?
In the first place, yesterday we meet with the students' representatives then. The management can clear to them say, one, they express concern about the fees. These are one of the things that they have said. And then we don't negotiate for that fees. The former costs and then when the students dissolve, they be fees without the approval of the ministry. Then we refer to them say, it's quite clear that concern with the town will be addressed. Second, there is concern about the examination in terms of the delay we don't happen. The management they can clear to them say not to University of Sierra Leone alone. As we talk now, you talk now somebody in Mitinaga, it will tell you say it happen there. Kenema University it happen there. as well as an exclusive university it happen there. So collectively, if not all be unique case to University of Sierra Leone, we be for don't fair University of Sierra Leone answer. But this now an answer will depend on waiting they happen between the Union of Academic Staff Association and the government of Sierra Leone. We hope say we that one they address today all other activities that we pending for the students that will get for take place easily. We also
so how soon the industrial action will come to an end?
No sooner today, because yesterday don't tell me they don't pay that money.
The money that don't reflect on the accounts?
Now that the union they wait for see this morning. Once we get switch code say they don't reflect or the money they don't go, we get evidence say they don't pay. We they call off this industrial action for all universities in Sierra Leone, not just University of Sierra Leone.
All right, many thanks, Dr. Tonya Musa, for what you talk to we and make certain clarification about the activities that the University of Salone and the industrial strike action where una as academic staff they on. We'll continue for follow up with you for know if una don't receive una money them and when the students them go begin take the exam there. Many thanks so you talk to we in the program.
Thank you.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show and they come over to the studio guest them as we just hear from Dr. Tonya Musa. I will start with you, Abdul Fatuma. Firstly, from the response of Dr. Tonya Musa, you think say the headway for this particular issue, especially for lady matriculation and the exams and start, you think say they near?
It clearly not near. And it's shocking that the attempt of making clarification, they build a lie out of it. We all then at the studio, and people the way they listen or watch, get me clearly say, due to the leadership crisis, if we continue like as it is, legitimately, the university could get financial problem, and waiting that mean even the government resolve today the union the problem that have been saved. They rewind this thing I talk and say even the government settle the union the issue, but because of the leadership crisis within at the University of Sierra Leone particularly, they will get a lot of challenges. And not deny say not to the university they pay the junior staff and the intermediate staff there. They not deny say not to the university they give the 20% allowance. So this not be my basis. But then a lie say me say they not pay it for this month. And I'm not telling that. Where I done at this program, I don't say they not pay anybody this month we don't. I don't say that. So a lie. And you can talk about misinformation, disinformation on radio and television. Now it deliberately they do, and I even get a courtesy for apologize. Right? So but that's the benefit of the doubt. Let's come to the reality. The individual way then the parade or placard say, acting. When you look at the law, acting all day, it doesn't say when Madabio became power. Can we stop this nonsense for God's sake? That we keep recycling bad example. Because you say don't do bad example, you get for side say APC do bad example, Pakaba do bad example, all the late president and now. Because of them we do that, you say them say we do that, during the regime they do that. So now the justification and the qualification and for let you stamp say what do you do illegitimate? No, that's not what the law says. That man where then the parade with illegal. It's not legal. There's no acting. The provision where the permanent secretary write out for informant say he don't get an appointment. That's section 8(5) of the University Act. And he not give any mandate or power to the permanent secretary of that ministry for appoint acting person. So illegal. So even what did they do so? You see this country, like the time where the November 26 became. Now that studio back, I think somewhere I say we need for investigate the security sector. In serious democracy, this kind of crisis where they go on so. Parliament they subpoena an inquiry into the breakdown of the education system. We need a serious inquiry into a breakdown of the education system. He admits say that the procedure for let pikin and go through matriculation, but here is a university clearly know that say without even now they want to use the union in strike as a blanket. They clearly know 3 times or 2 times they don't cancel matriculation just within a month. February 27, notice me there say Pikinen and Frabe College, student then, because not to Pikinen, student then at Frabe College for do their matriculation. That one cancel. Then come up with another longer timetable, the agenda, say the 7th of March, Frabe College for do matriculation. That one did happen. Now, he now get a blessing of the strike. So he get a blanket to cover under the union. That's what now the university is telling the people of this country. So, but for God's sake, you not do matriculation, then you have a fixed date, the 11th. So, if the union be stand by their own position, say the 8th, that strike action they for end. Then the 11th, this student then get assurance. They get assurance. Say them for participate in exam. And this are students that way, they don't start with them quick. They for start in October, they away in November. So even some of them still the modules them.
Now January lectures.
They don't even complete them.
All right.
You know, so when you look at this dishonest, you know, way of handling situation and lazily relying on other people's mistake for stamp your illegality, I mean, an insult to the people of this country. The people of this country not deserve this kind of, you know, utterances there.
All right, continue for the Utuna program. When they bring you in CDI at Tunis, where you look at the entire education system and how President Bureau government will lay premium on education, and now in second term they talk about human capital development. And a colleague of ours, we Amadou Lamrana of AYV, write a beautiful piece where they talk about President Bureau just come on give lectures at Harvard, then President Bureau self they can left for go give lecture. Then when you look at the reality on ground, students in the salon, they struggle even for know their fate or waiting really they happen at the university, and all of the leadership crisis where they happen. Waiting they shown at the international world and the reality on ground. They align?
No, absolutely not. You know, align. And I make deliberately say earlier that we have an administration we pay premium or we lay premium on you know, promoting the government or themselves now the internationalized, you know, than actually fixing the problems we face with self now the country. And it's not a pattern we don't see from the first time up to now that we get people, all of them, if you look at the ministers, the top, they're all are the same way that they behave. International, international, international. And sometimes I can sit down and ask myself, who side they get these figures from? Who side would they get the statistics then from? Who would they give the international community where they make, you know, then they give so much of their accolades and to we country, especially on the education side. If you look at failures that the secondary side, it don't increase more than we ever get on. The dropout rate, junior secondary and senior secondary don't increase more than we ever get on this country before this administration. You know, if you look at the poor performance of Pekin when it comes to the core subjects that we government say that they provide materials there for English language, mathematics and other sciences, and the failure rates now then core subjects then they don't increase than we ever see them. So when you look at all of them figures, then you win at the reality on the ground, and you look at compounded with what's they happen now with tertiary institutions, whether it comes to tuition, whether it comes to the quality of lectures, whether it comes to the problems we would get with the academic administration, or just they show say we know they do well. And you know, I always say this, there are things we go play politics with. Education, health. These two things, you play politics with them, and the country, the very fabric of the country now they destroy. It can pain me when governments they do things that way illegal, we're not right, and beneficiaries of their illegalities, and they come and defend and paint a picture as if everything is fine, where in actual fact it's not fine, where we all know the fact that they can't play back on we mind as if we are a bunch of fools. It can pain me so much. I mean, forget the political party I belong to. I'm a citizen of this country. I grew up in this country. We want to see this country develop in a way we said will be admired, you know, like how they admire other countries. But the fact is, Khadija, we have a long way to go. The education system broken, regardless of all the talk, we don't talk about human capital development, about, you know, this, that, the accolades who they get. The actual fact is the education system broken, and we all need to come together as a nation, get discussion on them, and try for fix them and fix them well.
All right, continue for the between at the studio, CDA at Tunis. We'll come back to owners. We'll continue the discussion on the issue where they go on. Now, the University of Sierra Leone, we all know, say, the one that we get, where it get for be affected on greatly now the students them. We make Liberty Online TV, bingo waka, na for be college and IPAM, for no waiting the students and think about this, especially where they expect, say, yesterday when I be Monday, the 11th of March, then go get the exams them. Well, we reported David Young case, say before we're gonna FBC, also been go talk to students them for sake of the concerns them where themselves get regarding this strike action and all waiting they happen now at the University of Sierra Leone.
Welcome to Liberty Online TV. We currently in Afwabi College. We see some time back outside the university forward now say the students therefore start the exam today when at the 11th March inside this year. But we currently didn't also we can for do some findings, but we meant to understand say the examination not be able to write today because of the strike action where the lecturers then day on. But then we go around and ask students then them how they feel about this this examination. What to make the examination not able for continue?
You know, well, I think there are mixed feelings. To some extent, some of us feel disappointed because we be expecting the exam they commence today. But it's rather unfortunate that comments as a result of one or two things where things too secret. Some of the lecturers and they on strike, and also there are some few things where they go around the administration where yet or still no resolved yet, really to all of these postponements of the exams. But also again, I think there are some students that were excited, especially those who don't pay them fees yet, because I mean we all know the economic situation of the country. And we know how things they go, and we know how people are constrained for pay them fees. So, some excited, some are not excited. But personally, I'm kind of excited for those who are not excited with regards to their fees.
Okay, so basically, waiting will be work to the administration and that of the policymakers. The government.
Well, the most important thing is about the collective productiveness of the student. Irrespective of all of the differences, all of the administrative fracas and all of that, we think say we get a sole responsibility and a national goal for develop every student for reach to their fullest potential. And that is what we should be looking at, the lecturers, the administration, the government, the president, everybody. But for lay a day to a point wherein we reach exam they be postponed because of some people their own lack or rather not taking responsibility of certain things that affect the whole population, I think not good.
Well, actually, first of all, to be honest, I feel disappointed because what it takes where students don't prepare, don't get the zeal for cancel it, and all of a sudden they can postpone. I can somehow disappointed, But actually, as a student, I feel disappointed, because if this will not happen, it will be better because where students don't prepare when they can't postpone and the zeal they can't do. So I really disappointed.
But then, what thing will be what to the administrative and that of the government?
Well, actually, first of all, we get some rumor where they go around with lecturers and don't strike from past week now, and my advice now that the administrative will try for arrange certain things then, because as a student we can nearly year one, you're supposed to matriculate. And we see say even the year one, then children are not matriculated. And all that they're supposed for put standing in place for at least the administrative and everything they go in place. And for the government, they really need for stepping because certain thing and the way not they go through, the government for need for come in and try for solve that they quick as possible. So we dey encourage the government for come together with the college administrative for make sure say and try for do the right thing where at least we the student are not going to be affected.
As a student, I feel so disappointed because you don't prepare a lot and when you can tell you say exam no right, no nothing. Because me to be honest, I forget exam today and I forget exam today. This morning when I'm 9 o'clock, I kaya since 8 o'clock, no nothing, and also no lecturer, no nothing, no gone. I feel so disappointed because I don't prepare a lot and I don't be prepare from them. And since we timetable we don't come out, so I will give. So today now I say well I can't sit because I don't let me also say I can't sit and I don't meet nothing like that. I feel so disappointed. And I believe say back the other students and back they feel the same.
Okay. So whose message you get for the administrative and the government?
Well, the advice what I get and the say what I get to the administrative is that because like the administrative then get for work in hand with the government because if disagreement there, nothing will go through because agreement and get for the if government say and also the administrative for do the administrative for do so. And if the administrative say back they want this government get for see to them. But because I believe say now because of disagreement now make this all happen because if the agreement for the between the government and that of the administrative this like something like this not for happen because like the one there wouldn't come newly last say you know matriculated they don't put dates and the dates don't come and say they don't strike just because of pay them the lecturers there all this now just because of disagreement. So I believe say the government and the administrative need for come to one and see how they will be settled this because it affects you a lot with the student then.
Well, I felt disappointed because for you as a student you don't prepare, for you come for sit and it turn out so it's really bad really for we as a student. So like we felt disappointed really.
Okay. So what's going to be what to the administrative and that of the government?
Well, as a student, they try for talk to the administration and the government as well for at least then come together and make the able get one word because really we strain for weeks now we come they tell you say so if not with the help of seniors them where they give you tutorial just not with the nothing but they use some man the transport fare the camera anything and they all not go well. So we try for talk to the government and as well as the administration of the university when they come together may they able at least settle these things.
Well, as you know, the concern from students then at the university, they call on the government and the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education for like to intervene on this situation. David Yankee-Sise, the report for Liberty Online TV.
All right, many thanks to the reporter David Yankee-Sise. We go back on Frobe College for a from the students what they think about the current strike action and how it affects them. Well, from FBC, we quickly go to IPAM. Osai Ramatu Kamara said bingo for talk to some students regarding this issue.
Good day, viewers. Welcome to Liberty Online TV. Are they right now on IPAM due to a reason we make? Some time back, the University of Salon lecturers and the talk say you don't go lecture any students until government pay them. So due to this reason, I come at the IPAM University for ask students then, what's their opinion? According to investigation, some of them say administrative side they work, but lectures they put them on hold. And examination will take place inside March 18 this year. Continue to follow Liberty Online TV as we go follow up this issue here. My name is Ramatu Kamara.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show. We come to you live from Liberty Online TV, na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website. Today, we look at education and we look at the entire issue where they happen at the University of Salone. We make yesterday students they be supposed for beginning first semester exam, but because of the industrial strike action where they go on now by the Academic Staff Association, we make students them not be able to take the exam. Well, this morning we will listen to Abdul Fatoma, when the executive director for Chadi, a civil society organization. We don't team up before and champion this cause in terms of advocacy and try for engage all the party that we involve for let them resolve the issue. And also we get the main opposition party, when at the APC party, we get the National Publicity Secretary, when a CDI at Tunis itself they make the position of the APC party also then they condemn this action and it talk about how the education system still they get challenged in the country. While during the program we get a call from the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education, we say they want to respond to some of the allegations them where Abdul Fatoma don't make na the program this morning. And on the line now, we get the Director of Higher Education, where na Dr. Emmanuel Momo Esquire. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Yeah, good morning, viewers. Thanks for having me.
All right, it's a pleasure for get you in the studio this morning after several tries since we don't begin for deal with this issue. But fortunately, this morning you call say one for respond. Firstly, what did they happen with all the issues, the leadership struggle from the University of Salone, Una as supervisory ministry?
Well, let me start by saying, making some correction. I am not actually Dr. Emmanuel Momo, I am Mr. Emmanuel Momo. So let me start by that, making that correction. You see, there is any leadership crisis in the University of Sierra Leone. We have settled that, we have appointed the acting vice chancellor. People are working, they have been promoted by the government has made the payment and the product. And plans are on the way for congregation. The administration is working hard to ensure that we have the congregation on the 17th, 18th, and 19th of April. You know, a meeting was held where that decision was reached. And then there are also plans for to have the matriculation of students, those that have been admitted for this current academic year. Lectures are going on, but it's a ceremony which has to be actually organized by the administration, and they are working organizing that. You know, so basically, I was in court. I have not listened to the discussion. I was in here. Somebody actually called me that some allegations have been made against the ministry, so I need to react. That was the reason why I've contacted you, so that you allow me to make some clarification. Because of misrepresentation have been made out there by Mr. Fatoma, Executive Director of Chadi, which we need to clarify. Hello, I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, I can't hear you. Okay, I can hear you now.
They get me now. Firstly,
yeah, they get you now.
Let me just start firstly with the issue we get for do with the saga where they between the University of Sierra Leone and that of the ministry before we can look at the strike action when because of payment of outstanding money them where government supposed to pay lecturers them. Waiting at the current situation regarding reinstating the university courts where so many people on the call for force. Waiting at the current situation.
Well, let me say this: no study between the University of Sierra Leone and the Ministry of Technical and Education. No saga, no day. In fact, would that be they actually try for make sure say there is confusion? Now they ask our president, and the Secretary General opposition. They write a letter actually to the minister for take certain decision. But the minister and the ministry will call them to a meeting wherein to make a position clear to them, and in fact, the president of ASA, they actually misrepresent in colleagues because they dissociated themselves from that letter that was written to the ministry. That was not their position at all. Not. In fact, the letter where the ASA president and the secretary, right? Then the ASA president of IPAM and the ASA president of Frobe College, of Frobe College and the secretary general, they dissociated themselves from that press release. That it was not with their consent. That was something that was just written unilaterally by the president. And let me make this clear: not the responsibility of ASA to negotiate conditions or for be vice chancellor. The position of ASA is clearly speak of 22 that the business actually now for negotiate conditions of service with a university court and for seek the welfare of their colleagues, not for them for determine whether for be vice chancellor or not. And that is the posture that they have taken, which is actually wrong, and they are misrepresenting that kind of.
Dr. Momo, you just make mention, say the ASA president they misrepresent in colleagues them, but several times where them pull the industrial strike action notice, we see a follow-up again notice from university like Frobe College, Commerce, also the Secretary General and the Science say then stand with the ASA decision and then self call on and colleague them for join the strike action. So outside the misrepresentation come out.
Okay, now two things they talk about here. Now two things out here. That one way they talk about we get for do with payment of severance benefit, payment of salaries to staff who have been promoted. That's one. Okay, they appointments, the position, leadership position at the university. They are not. I mean, they are not in agreement with the ASA with the ASA president. You know, they are not. So, and this issue where they talk about the payment, then payments, and the government is committed towards paying the monies, you know, where they don't request for. And I want to believe, even yesterday, the money don't actually start for reflect into their accounts. The monies are being paid. So waiting at this much noise where people they make. I can see people they go sit down at that place who know nothing about university administration, will not even know what they happen, who cannot even cite the appropriate provisions in the Universities Act, neither even reference any statutory document from outside the Universities Act, neither even reference the constitution properly. They sit down at that place and they talk all things in when they're not even supposed to talk.
Dr. Momo, can we please be civil? Dr. Momo, can we please be civil and follow the conversation? Earlier, I just make mention, say in April, una they put plans there now in place for do the congregation. But how una go all a congregation without the university court not constitute?
No, listen. Now we get the vice chancellor and principal where they are. The vice chancellor and principal now in are the chairman of Senate. Senate is the highest academic decision-making body. And when Senate they meet, we get all professors of the university, all heads of department, all deans of faculties, all librarians. You know, they are all members of the Senate. They are all senators. So once they don't meet for discourse and result, then they don't approve them. And the vice chancellor and principal, when a professor we don't begin work, now in they actually get for approve that result. Once he approve, it can take administrative action on behalf of Senate for ratify them on behalf of court for ratify them. Once that is done, then later the court can come give approval. So you know what talk say the congregation they go on because court no meet. How many times court they meet in a year? Court they meet 2 times in a year, right? That make the vice chancellor and principal can actually take administrative action, because if you say you go for wait until court meet, then you go for waste time. So at the administrative action can be taken by the vice chancellor and principal for actually approve the result, and the later it take to court for ratification. There is nothing wrong with that. So nothing not going for stop this congregation. The congregation is going on as we don't plan. Yeah.
This same vice chancellor where they refer to, so nine organization like Charlie they contest illegality for even sit as a vice chancellor, and also you just make submission as to how this vice chancellor come. Which law the ministry use for appoint this particular vice chancellor?
Sorry, I cannot. I didn't. I didn't hear that. You are coming in broken.
Okay. Okay, I mean, they ask, say, the vice chancellor where you just make reference to, in legality, organization like Chadi, they contest in legality for even name and say na a vice chancellor. And also, which law the ministry use
So
for
which grants?
appointing
I go want for know which grants. Which I want for know. So for challenging the legality of that mandate. You know get a grants. You know get any grant actually for stand on for challenging the legality of the vice chancellor and principal who have been appointed in the absence of the court. In the absence of the court, then we can come in somebody who will be acting as measures to appoint a substantive act of 2021 that is actually being worked out. You know, so.
We really they get a bad reception now the studio now. We barely they hear what you they say, and this now very important issue. We
All right,
need
okay, because are they
clarification.
far away na court now, so now what alone? Mr. Ten, I will say maybe that, but anyway.
So I mean, they ask you about the legality of the vice
Hello?
chancellor where you make reference to.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Momo.
Yes?
I mean, they ask you about the legality of the vice chancellor where organization like Chadi, they even contest in legality.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Online TV, na Facebook, YouTube, and also now our website. Today, na the program they look at education and the entire leadership struggle on the happen. Now the University of Salone, where don't affect exam we supposed for begin yesterday.
All right, we come to Abdul Fatoma. Based on what we heard from the ministry, there is no saga between the University of Sierra Leone and that of the ministry, where they represent government.
You see one thing, like I say, I mean, it's sad, but I can't cry, I can only laugh. You know, I'm only able to laugh over this sorrow. When you listen this fellow, you actually get a heartbroken position, and you now know the reason why we are where we are and with educational standard. This is a director dishonestly on national TV. They talk say there is no saga, but then in your minister say crisis, leadership crisis day. In your permanent secretary in boss na that very ministry, the justification say for let them get a new acting vice chancellor as them describe her, say crisis day, leadership crisis day, there is a vacuum. But this is a man who say now a director of that ministry. Now they lie to the people of this country, say. And the sad thing is that this man, I don't know when court begins at 8 o'clock or before 8 o'clock in this country. I don't know when. So, but given the benefit of the doubt, this man not able to cite one legal provision, one, with all that time when he was here, and able to tell me a single. In the claim say people then they sit down at the studio when I miss lawyer they refer to the legal provisions and where they inside the University Act. Let it tell me if section 8(5) of the University Act, if it give any power to the permanent secretary for appointment, when are that provision the permanent secretary use? Let it tell me if section 7(2)(f) of the Tertiary Commissions Act, where say advise and recommend if there is any vacuum on the performance of education, give the minister the power for this Now the laws and this way they used na the ministry. The in of himself is done on 98.1. It talks say the constitution give them power. After where I don't talk say it's so strange for let this man they refer to the constitution. The only power where government, the president will get the power for appoint anybody through the constitution or any act of parliament, na section 61. And that if the appointment they come through, we know say secretary to president and will do that announcement of the appointment. So then in grab and talk that money they say, section 62. Now you give them that power. And when you if time in there, we not just project for people that let them read section 62.
So Mr. Fatoma,
so basically, listen, I'm not part of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. I get more than 3 law degrees with several law qualifications. I studied in England. I do me higher education throughout England and study law. They're part of the International Bar Association. So I decide for CAM, and based on system, I just know one for even associate myself with practicing law naturally.
But at this stage,
so when it comes to law, let it side to me, whose side I don't go wrong.
At this
really,
stage,
in all of my career, where I do civil society advocacy, holding APC to accountable, holding SMPP to accountable, when will they make a legal provision or analyzing? I mean, me not go school where they not they teach you statutory interpretation. I don't go that kind of law school there.
But at this stage, how headway go day for resolve
headway not go there with this level of dishonesty.
Where the ministry, where everybody they point on at say, now I don't cause this saga, not even acknowledge it, say there is an outstanding issue.
Headway not go day where genuine you know now it made through the legal provision in this country. We organization don't write the Inspector General of Police and copy the agencies that where they supervise the police. The Minister of Internal Affairs, the ONS National Coordinator. For let them day in the know, the law said for notify. So through the law, we don't notify.
But they're supposed to give a permission?
The law said for notify. So the police we ask for we write for notification and we ask permission for let them give it security there.
So what if that permission not been granted to now?
Where
like call up the protest?
No, a possibility not there for call up the protest. We don't write them and we anxiously and patiently wait for the response. Well, I don't want to speak on behalf of them, but waiting we they do as an organization, we they anxiously and patiently wait. We ultimately will give the expire the 22nd. So immediately expire the 22nd, then the 25th. While we write earlier inform them about the 25th, we don't let them tell we say now 48 hours, we tell them 72 hours, so they don't get the manpower, then get the strategy. So we give weeks ahead, a week and days ahead, for let them prepare themselves. Or let them tell we how they want, because they say when you write, then we'll call loan and planner. So let we and the Sierra Leone police don't plan this thing. We know they go no side. From 9 o'clock morning to 2 o'clock, right before the ministry. You know, we expectation now, the interest rate don't express, we go up to 600 people there.
That will help for resolve the issue.
Well, that's one of the strategies that I advocacy too.
All right. Will they bring you in, CD, quickly with all the confusion now we surround this particular issue as an opposition party, una say be part of governance? What do you feel say will be the best way for resolve all these issues?
Clearly, you know, I think say Parliament need for coming. Because we get issue we get to do with legality, we get issue we involve an appointee of government and the university administration. And waiting we see clearly from even the response from the ministry that this was deliberate, you know, and, probably a move for getting people we they want, and you know, a move for change whether they don't want. And waiting we see say will continue for happen here now. We all follow this issue from the beginning. Even a man where they don't appoint as acting vice chancellor, and somebody where majority of the one in at the university not accept, you know, because of the level where they say they, not even reach that level for let you be appointed as acting vice chancellor. So all of these issues, for let somebody just say we not get issue. I mean, that in itself just show how much certain individuals, they not just want to see problem solved and solve the right way, as long as not to wait in them feel say favor them, they don't care. They don't do it in their want for do how the rest of us think or feel, not really their business. Once they don't do it in their want for do, and that the attitude we not good, and that the attitude we all need for stand for make sure say people not continue that way. This country belongs to all of us. When we feel and know say things that broken, we bring them to the attention of them and everyday in authority, that a place for join we, for help them, for fix them. Not so for can begin to show arrogance, for tell people and say, we not even people not even know how for cite constitution. You even they talk, you not able to talk fine. And then you see people not sabi cite constitution and not sabi cite provisions like the act. We even for pronounce certain words themselves, they struggle. And then they tell people and then those kind of arrogance, now make we not see this country they go before. You are being paid from taxpayers' money. They give you responsibility for SAR. We know say problem day. Everybody knows say problem day. And they can't tell we say problem not day. We don't watch your minister on TV. They talk about the problem. And you public servant, they tell we say problem not day. So how do you expect us as a nation for let we even get to the bottom of what we all try for solve Nayasu? So we as an opposition, we will engage Parliament and we will also try for directly engage the President, because this care for do, like I said earlier, education that the bedrock for development and for continued future of Sierra Leone. We don't go sit down people in comments and more because of their own interest. No, it will not happen.
All right. Quickly, we wrap up the program with views of people we don't watch the conversation for morning at it starts na YouTube. Desmond Conte, they say people like Abdul Fatoma, these are the types of people we need in leadership in our country, because he always stands for the truth. Let's never give up to save a better Sierra Leone in future.
All right, on Facebook page, Abu Mansari, they say, good morning, Liberty Online TV. Please invite Mr. Momo so we can tell. So some of us can tell him what he does not know about the University of Sierra Leone, but maybe he does not have any of his family members in the University of Sierra Leone right now. Again, thanks to Mr. Fatoma for his sacrifice.
Abdullah Yate, on YouTube, they say up till now this university saga is still continuing. A salon, everything a political influence. All these things is not good for this nation. Let us forget about nepotism or tribalism and make salon better.
All right, the final one we go to because of time. Dauda Tarawal in our Facebook page say, waiting make Jala University not they get all them problem here.
Thomas Rogers na Facebook, they say those of us in academia must stand and call this issue very wrong. Students needs to have their exams in a very peaceful manner. The last one again I go take, they say, I honestly think AF is a strong civil society human rights activist in Salon, but I don't like his arrogance and I consider him very rude. You can speak to power in a very civil way. To say on live television program and calling another lie is inappropriate. They come out from Thomas Rogers. Well, from their messages, then they quickly wrap up the program, and Abdul Fatoma will just listen to the public relations officer for the University of Sierra Leone and Sef Emmanuel Momo from the Ministry of Tertiary Higher Education. We confirm say they don't make payments, and some of the lecturers then go begin receive the money, them notification. So you think say with the payments, the lecturer then go back now the classroom, conduct exam, the issues, the underlying issues go solve?
One thing, but when we come to that payment, we see discrepancies in the information. The spokesman for the University of Sierra Leone say, then they wait for the Swift code notification. But the director say, the money don't reflect now at the all account. So the one way for receive say, I not receive it. The one we say we dey pay una, they say they don't get. So you see discrepancies there, and that a lie again. Even though Rogers not like that, lie na lie. You don't sugarcoat lie. When back to your question, even if they pay that money, this, as Tonya be say, and we all understand, the entire tertiary institutions in Australia, now they strike for the conditions of services of lecturers, not only University of Sierra Leone. University of Sierra Leone in all this means then get double problem. Then get a leadership crisis problem. Then they can get a national crisis for lecturers that not going to be available for go to classroom for teach students. So when government pay this money, they don't solve one of the University of Sierra Leone problem. Then it left the other problem. This other problem, you see a lot of sense of dishonesty in approach. An illegal appointment, then now they bulldoze the way, go to the bank and make sure say somebody will not legitimate for be a signatory to the University of Sierra Leone the account. They make it now be a signatory. That alone may a cause for concern. It's a huge cause for concern. Somebody outside of Liberty Management, then somebody na treat me and CD come on, we can't pull one or two people then but let not be signatory then. We own people them. Even we were not a part of Liberty and bring that person and say, let you can sign for Liberty. That's a crisis.
So what you go recommend as a possible resolution to this outstanding issue moving forward?
Very straightforward. Throughout the Twitter campaign, throughout all of the campaign, government not get any way back in this, now way forward. One, restore the court. Get the people them back where be done at the court. Let the court, as the statute say, let them look for the pro vice chancellor and principal and appoint, and with advice from the ministry, approval come from the court of the university, bam, the university start running.
Okay.
But now without that day, and then one for bulldoze illegality, that's not the solution.
Quickly, Cindy, by the look of things, you think, say, the ministry ready for listen to some of their recommendations there, so Mr. Fatoma just made?
I hope so. I mean, the ministry not get choice. You know, though I see the director, they exhibit a lot of arrogance, you know, and but I hope say the minister not go take that way. I mean, she's somebody I know. I know in commitments, yes. Probably with people like, you know, Mr. Momo around them, you not go be surprised that he will take that kind of decision a day. But I hope say then we're able to sit down with the university, and I mean the laws are there. You know, the courts, the university courts get a mandate. You know, the moment we begin for play around them things, then we will continue for their problems. So we just the call on the ministry as you know, opposition party. We don't want that kind of situation there, so because we begin and they suffer. Tuitions are very expensive now. University expenses on parents them very high. You know, not to like we on time. What will be the gilly way for the college? Not bring too much sufferness, but we begin them. So they not go find again. They don't go through all that hassle, and then when it come time for men and take the exams and they able. You want to wait for be admitted, wait for go through the matriculation and they able because of, you know, problems that we created out of ego or out of the desire for less certain people and take positions with some people and hold now, you know, because that is what this is all about. And from the way we see some people they defend, you know, say, you know, replacements don't happen with favor certain individuals. You know, with they see that kind line of defense there now. So, and that is not good for our nation.
Many thanks. We want to come to the studio this morning, and now with that, we wrap up this edition of the Breakfast Show. Plenty thank you to the studio guest them, Abdul Fatuma from Chad, and also Sidia Tunis from the All People's Congress APC Party. And we also say many thanks to the guests them we've been joining on the phone, Dr. Tonya Musa and also Dr. Emmanuel Momo from the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education. Well, until we meet again, Mabel Kabadi, get yourself a wonderful day and goodbye.
We're going to try to forget Emmanuel J. Momo from the ministry, because we really the struggle for area for the side of the ministry and how they plan for resolve all of the issues there. Well, parents and students, they would watch the program according to the public relations officer for the university, Dr. Tonya Musa. Hopefully today they will get all them payments them and then go resolve the issues them so that exam will continue. We continue for watch and wait for a from the ASA. If they will call off the strike action. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a good day.